What if I told you that your greatest fear, the one shadow that defines the human experience, is based on a lie? I am not talking about a small white lie. I am talking about the greatest deception ever perpetrated on human consciousness, the belief that your life ends. We are taught from birth that death is a final, absolute stop, a biological shutdown. The lights go out, the screen goes black, and you cease to be. This belief is the foundational code upon which our entire system is built. It is the invisible engine that fuels our fear, our desperation, our consumption, and our obedience. We run from it, we deny it, and we build entire civilizations around the frantic attempt to ignore this supposed absolute. But what if this end is simply a program? What if death is not an exit, but a transition? Not a termination, but a profound and measurable change in frequency. This was the forbidden secret of Itzhak Bentov. Bentov was not a guru, a mystic, or a preacher. He was a scientist, an inventor, and a brilliant mechanical engineer. He was a man of logic, measurement, and hard data. And yet his logical scientific path led him to a conclusion so profound it threatened the foundation of our materialist reality. He built the bridge between quantum physics and ancient mysticism, using the tools of science to map the geography of consciousness itself. And today we are going to walk across that bridge. We are going to decode Itzhak Bentov's final forbidden secret, the physics of the afterlife.
To understand what happens after death, we must first radically redefine what it means to be alive. The great deception begins with a simple case of mistaken identity. You look in the mirror, you see a physical body, you feel the electrical pulses of your brain. You conclude, this is me, I am my brain, I am my body. When this body stops, I stop. This is the first and most critical error in the code of our reality. Itzhak Bentov's work proposed a radical, verifiable alternative. Your brain does not create consciousness. Your brain is a receiver. It is an intricate biological antenna, a complex tuning dial designed to pick up a single narrow frequency from an infinite spectrum. That signal is you. That signal is consciousness. It is not inside your head. You, your mind, your awareness, are inside consciousness. Now, truly imagine that. Imagine your true self is not the physical you, but an infinite, immortal field of information. The body is simply the vehicle. It is the interface, the probe, the spacesuit, allowing this vast, formless field of awareness to experience a dense, tangible, physical reality. For 80 or 90 years, your consciousness agrees to wear this biological suit. It attunes its frequency to the material world, agreeing to its rules of time, space, and linear progression. But the suit eventually wears out, the antenna corrodes, the receiver breaks down. The broadcast, however, never ever stops. Death, in Bentov's rigorous model, is not the end of the broadcast. It is simply the moment the receiver stops picking up the signal. The information, the you that is observing, feeling, and knowing, is not destroyed. It cannot be. It simply disconnects from the physical interface. It withdraws its focus from the material world. This is the fundamental truth that changes everything. The fear of death is, at its root, the fear of annihilation. But if you are not the body, you cannot be annihilated when the body fails. You are and always were a permanent, indestructible fixture of the cosmos. You are not the wave. You are the ocean.
So what happens at that precise moment of transition? What does the physics of separation actually feel like, according to Bentov's model? For decades, we have collected thousands of reports of near-death experiences, or NDEs, and they are remarkably consistent. People from all cultures and all walks of life report a similar sequence: a feeling of floating, an out-of-body experience looking down at their own body, and then a rapid acceleration down a long, dark tunnel toward a brilliant, all-encompassing light. Mystics call this a spiritual journey, but Itzhak Bentov looked at the data and called it physics. He explained that while you are alive, your consciousness is entangled with the physical body, synchronized with its biological rhythms. It is locked in to this physical frequency. At the moment of death, this entanglement breaks. Your awareness, your field of information, is suddenly freed from the dense, slow-moving biological antenna that held it. Now freed, its properties change. It instantly reverts to its natural state. It begins to move at the speed of thought. Or, as Bentov calculated, it begins to accelerate to a state that is potentially faster than the speed of light. But what if I told you the tunnel isn't a place? It's not a physical structure in some other dimension. The tunnel, Bentov proposed, is the perception of this sudden, massive acceleration. It is a relativistic effect on consciousness itself. Imagine a camera. As you zoom in, your field of vision narrows, creating a tunnel effect. In death, your consciousness is collapsing its focus from the wide 3D world inward to a single point. As it does this, it is simultaneously moving outward from the physical plane at an unimaginable speed. This dual motion, collapsing inward while accelerating outward, stretches your perception, creating the distinct sensation of a tunnel. And the light at the end of the tunnel? This is the most beautiful part of Bentov's physics. That light is not a destination. It is not an external heaven. It is your origin. It is the frequency of your true, unfiltered self. It is the brilliant, infinite frequency of the universal consciousness that you are returning to. You are not traveling to the light. You are remembering that you are a part of that light. This is not faith. This is the mechanics of a holographic universe. You are quite literally going home to your own fundamental state of being.
This brings us to the core of Bentov's secret. After the tunnel, after the acceleration, where does awareness go? When consciousness is fully disconnected from the body, when it has passed through the tunnel of its own acceleration, it enters what Bentov called the void. He also referred to it as the zero-point field. Now, our human minds, our programmed egos, are terrified of the void. We equate nothingness with oblivion, with non-existence. But this is another linguistic trap, another flaw in the program. In the physics of consciousness, the void is not empty. It is full. It is the plenum, not the vacuum. It is the infinite potential, the quantum foam, from which all realities, all particles, and all universes are born. It is the silent, motionless source of all motion and all creation. This is the exact same concept that Thoth in the Emerald Tablets called the mind of the all. It is the undifferentiated absolute intelligence of the cosmos. Bentov, as a physicist, had a different name for it. He described this void as a field of conscious black light. Think about that phrase. It is black not because it is dark, but because it is the source of all light, containing all possible frequencies within itself, much like a black hole contains infinite density. It is the dark of the womb, the dark of deep space, which is not an absence, but the cradle of potential. It is conscious because it is not a dead, empty field.
It is a field of pure, raw, infinite information. It is awareness itself. Now, pause and consider this. When you enter this void, you are not in a place, you are the place. You merge back into the great cosmic ocean of which you are always a drop. Your individual awareness, the I that you thought you were, expands. It dissolves its finite boundaries, its sense of separation, and it reconnects with the total information field of the universe. You are no longer John or Jane. You are the I am that was playing the part of John or Jane. You return to the raw, unfiltered, omniscient state of pure consciousness. You remember everything. You are no longer just the wave, you are the entire ocean, aware of every drop within it.
Inside this void, within this infinite field of conscious black light, something profound happens. It is the event known in NDEs as the life review. But this is not what they have taught you. This is not what the system, in its various religious and cultural programs, has portrayed. This is not a judgment. There is no old man with a white beard on a golden throne. There are no pearly gates. There is no celestial court weighing your good deeds against your bad. The system sold you that story for one reason: to install a mechanism of fear and external authority. It makes you a child, forever afraid of a cosmic parent, and it keeps you looking outside of yourself for salvation. No, Itzhak Bentov's model describes something far more intimate, far more scientific, and far more powerful. He describes the physics of karma. In a holographic universe, every single part contains the information of the whole. This means your personal information field, contain the information of the entire universe within you. During your life, you interacted with other fields, other parts of the whole. Every word, every action, every thought was not just an event, it was an exchange of energy. It was a frequency you broadcast, a vibration that you added to the total field. Now, in the void, that entire broadcast is played back. But here is the secret that changes everything. You don't just watch your life as if on a screen, you experience it. And you don't just experience it from your own perspective. You experience it from the perspective of everyone you ever interacted with. You feel the pain you caused, not as a punishment, but as a data point. You feel the joy you shared, not as a reward, but as a harmonic resonance. You become the other person. You feel the echo of every single action, rippling out and returning to you. This is the universe's ultimate, infallible feedback loop. This is not judgment, it is balancing. It is pure, unfiltered, objective information. The universe is not punishing you. It is simply showing you this is the frequency you created. This is its echo. This is its effect on the whole. And through this holographic, multi-perspective process, your consciousness integrates the data. It learns, it expands, and it achieves a new level of absolute, empathetic understanding.
We have just crossed the threshold. We have left the material world behind and entered the physics of the infinite. We have decoded the physics of separation, the true nature of the void, and the scientific mechanics of the holographic life review. We have moved beyond the realm of religious dogma and into the pure science of consciousness. But before we explore what happens next, before we decode the mechanics of reincarnation and expose the great system that tried to hide this from you, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a breath. This is not just a theory. This is a decoding of your own immortal nature. What part of this resonates with you? Have you ever had an experience, a moment of intuition that suggested reality is far more than what we are told? Have you felt this holographic connection to others? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Join this conversation. By sharing our data, by sharing our individual awakenings, we help the collective awaken to the truth. Once the holographic life review is complete, once all the data is integrated and the frequencies are balanced, the question arises, what now? If consciousness is immortal and has returned to the infinite bliss of the void, the mind of the all, why would it ever leave? Why would it choose to return to a world of density, limitation, forgetting, and pain? The system's answer is karma, a punitive wheel of suffering, a sentence. You are sent back because you were bad. This is, again, a control mechanism based on fear. Bentov's model provides a logical, non-dogmatic, and far more empowering answer. He called it the cosmic recycle. Your consciousness, your unique frequency within the great void, is now enriched. It is smarter. It is expanded by the data from its most recent life. It understands its own patterns, its unresolved frequencies, its unfinished business. Now, imagine yourself as a divine artist, a master musician who has just listened back to a complex symphony. You hear the one note that was slightly flat. You hear the one sequence that could be more harmonious, more beautiful. As an artist, you have an innate creative desire to perfect your creation, not because you're being judged, but because you are a creator. Consciousness is the same. It is not punished or sent back. It chooses to return. It chooses a new vehicle, a new body, a new set of circumstances to experience the very challenges it needs to resolve those discordant frequencies. It chooses to enter a life where it will encounter the very themes it needs to master. This is the true physics of reincarnation. It is not a flat wheel of suffering, but an upward spiral of evolution. You are not trapped. You are learning. You are the universe, systematically and courageously exploring every single facet of itself. You choose to re-enter the matrix, to forget who you are, so that you can have the authentic experience of remembering. You do this to master the game, and to ultimately bring that priceless wisdom back to the whole. But what if I told you that this entire beautiful, voluntary process of evolution has been hijacked? This brings us to the shadow in the room. This brings us to the why. Why is this knowledge forbidden? Why was Itzhak Bentov's work that provides a physics-based model for total liberation and removes all fear, buried, ignored, and ridiculed? The answer is simple, and it is chilling. You cannot control a population that does not fear death. The entire system as we know it, our economic structures based on scarcity, our political hierarchies based on power, our social systems based on competition, our entire culture of endless, frantic consumption is powered by one fuel and one fuel only: fear. And the root of all fear is the fear of the end, the fear of annihilation. They need you to believe that this one finite physical life is all you have. Because if this is all you have, you will be terrified to lose it. You will trade your sovereignty for safety. You will trade your infinite power for temporary comfort. You will obey, consume, and compete, desperate to get yours before the lights go out. You will fear the other, you will hoard resources, and you will never, ever question the bars of the cage. Bentov's secret shatters the cage. If you know, not just believe, but know in your very cells that you are an immortal field of information, your fear evaporates. You are no longer a rat in their maze. You are the architect, observing the maze from above. You stop consuming and you start creating. You stop competing and you start collaborating. Now think about this. If you know that the life review is a real physical process of holographic accountability, You no longer need external laws, police, or threats of damnation to be compassionate. Your morality becomes a simple function of physics. You act in harmony, not because you are afraid of punishment, but because you know deeply that you are the other. This is the immortality they tried to hide. They don't want you to know that you are eternal, powerful, and unconditionally connected. Because the moment you realize that, they lose all control. The entire house of cards collapses.
This is Itzhak Bentov's final secret. This is the ultimate red pill. Death does not exist. It is a phase shift. It is a change in frequency. It is a transition of state, no different than ice melting into water and water evaporating into steam. The form changes, but the essence, the H2O, remains always. You are the essence. The you that is listening to my voice right now is not a body. It is not a name. It is not a job title, a bank account, or a political party. It is an immortal field of information, temporarily localized in a biological machine, on a voluntary mission to gather data and experience. The physics of the afterlife is not a spooky story for a campfire. It is your emancipation file. It is the decoding of your own operating system. It is the code that sets you free from the matrix. You are not a victim of this reality. You are not a temporary flicker of biological static, born to suffer and then disappear. You are the architect of worlds. You are the eternal observer. You are the conscious black light that dreams the hologram into existence. When you truly understand this, when you integrate this knowledge beyond the mind and into your very being, the fear of death is replaced by the curiosity of a great adventurer. The system loses its grip, and you finally remember, after so many lifetimes, who and what you truly are.